How long does it take to reach 100,000 followers on TikTok? Feel free to pause the video and give this problem a shot, and keep watching to see the solution. Okay, so here's the solution. F of t is how many followers after t days. So what would f of 0 represent? It would represent how many followers after 0 days. So how many followers we have right now? 264. And that's equal to, well, we said k is 10 to the power of 8. So let's go ahead and change that. Okay, and then we don't know what a is, so we're going to leave it alone. A times e to the power of negative r. So r is the growth rate. So this number as a decimal. What's 1% as a decimal? 0.01. Okay, and then times t. But we changed t to 0 on the left-hand side. So we need to change t to 0 on the right-hand side as well. Okay. So that means 264 is equal to 10 to the power of 8 over, well, how do we simplify the denominator? What can we do here? So this is equal to how much? 0. Anything times 0 is 0. And then e to the power of 0 is 1, because anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that means this part is 1, and it becomes a times 1, which is just a. And I'm going to leave the 1 alone. Okay. And how do we solve for a? Well, I don't like fractions, so let's get rid of them. Let's multiply both sides of the equation by 1 plus a. And then to get a by itself, we need to get this by itself first. So let's divide both sides of the equation by how much? By 264. And how do we get a by itself? We're going to subtract 1. And this is approximately 378,786.88. Okay, so now we can go back to this formula and change a to this value. So I'm going to get another sheet of paper. Okay, so the new formula. So the new formula is going to be f of t is equal to, well, k was 10 to the power of 8, so we're just going to leave it as is. 10 to the power of 8 over 1 plus, so a is this number, times how much? Times e to the power of negative 0.01 times t. Cool. And we want to find out how long it takes to get to 100,000 followers. So that means when our follower count reaches 100,000. So 100,000. And we want to solve for t, how much time it takes in days. Okay. So how do we get t by itself? Well, let's multiply both sides of the equation by this, because I don't like working with fractions. Okay. So 100,000 times this. And then divide both sides by 100,000. Well, this is the same thing as what? This is the same thing as 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 5. So I'm essentially dividing both sides of the equation by 10 to the power of 5. Okay, so 10 to the power of 8 divided by 10 to the power of 5. What do I need to do with 8 and 5? I need to subtract them. So 8 minus 5 is how much? 3. Okay, and 10 cubed is how much? 1,000. All right, to get this by itself, we need to get this by itself, which means we need to get this by itself, which means we need to get this by itself. So that means we need to subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. So this was 1,000, so subtract 1, and then what should we do here? We should divide. We should divide by this number. Here, I'll just put the commas here. Okay, what's next? How do I get rid of this? I can take the natural log of both sides of the equation. So I'll get another sheet of paper. If we take the natural log of both sides of the equation, we're going to essentially get rid of the e there. Okay, so that means I can move this over here. So negative 0.01t times natural log of e is equal to natural log of 999 over 378,786.88. Okay. And the natural log of e is how much? So this is the same thing as log base e of e. So that's just 1, because e to the power of 1 is e. Yeah, so this is 1.01t times 1. So I just won't write the times 1. It's equal to natural log of 999 over 378,786.88. Okay. And then how do I get t by itself? We're going to be dividing. So if I just move the negative sign from here to here. Okay. And what's this going to give us? If you plug this into a calculator, you're going to get about 594 days. So about 594 days. How many years is that? So 594, so 365 days in a year. So that's approximately 1.63 years.